You've probably heard this term second brain floating around for years, right? It's this promise to finally get our digital lives organized. But what if the real goal isn't just about being tidy? What if it's about building intelligence? What if you had a system that didn't just store your ideas, but actually connected them for you? Well, today we're diving into Neuron, a tool that's built to do exactly that. So, let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You have the absolute best intentions. You download the apps, you make the to-do lists, you try to keep everything neat and in its place, but somehow it all still feels kind of chaotic. Don't worry, you're not alone. It's an incredibly common feeling.
And usually, the source of that chaos looks a lot like this. Your notes are scattered everywhere, and let's be honest, completely forgotten. Important tasks, they just slip through the cracks. Those amazing ideas you have never actually turn into action. And the people you meet, the contacts you make, they just sort of fade away because you don't have a good way to follow up.
And the result is this super frustrating paradox. You feel incredibly busy all the time, right? You're constantly juggling information, but nothing ever seems to build on itself. Your knowledge isn't growing, your projects aren't really moving forward in a meaningful way. It feels like you're just spinning your wheels.
This right here gets to the absolute core of the problem, and it's the whole idea behind Neuron. See, the issue for most of us isn't a lack of creativity or good ideas. The real failure point is that we just lose them. The person isn't broken, the system is.
So, okay, how do you fix a broken system? Well, you build a much better one. And this is where the concept of a true second brain really comes into play. A way to finally turn all that chaos into a connected, intelligent system that works for you.
Let's be super clear about what we mean by a second brain, though. This isn't just another folder on your computer. It's a single, unified place. And the magic word here is connected. It's a space where all the different bits and pieces of your life, your notes, your tasks, your big ideas, the people you know, can actually talk to each other and build something bigger.
And that connection, it allows for a massive shift in how you work. You stop being a digital janitor, just shuffling files and information around. Instead, you get to become an architect, actively building your own intelligence. This slide really lays out that big shift. On the left, that's the digital chaos most of us live in. But look at the right, that's the Neuron way. So imagine this. You take a note from a book you're reading. In one click, you link it to a project you're working on. That link then immediately reminds you of a related conversation you had with a colleague last month. All of a sudden, 3 totally separate bits of info become one powerful, actionable insight. That is how your knowledge starts to compound.
So the whole thing really comes down to this. It's a simple idea, but it's so powerful. Stop letting your great thoughts just leak away. Start building a system where your personal knowledge base gets more valuable every single day.
Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work? Let's get into the nitty-gritty and break down what Neuron actually offers.
So the whole thing is really designed to grow with you. You've got the Free Forever plan, which gives you all the essential tools you need to just start capturing everything. Then, once you've got that base, the Silver plan helps you start connecting the dots with cool features like the Graph View. And finally, the Gold plan completes the picture by bringing the people in your network into the system, which turns your second brain into a true relationship manager too.
You can really think of it as this simple, natural journey. Step 1, you start for free. You just build the habit of capturing everything in one place. Once you've got a good foundation of notes and ideas, you can move to Silver to really start seeing how it all connects. And then, Going Gold fully integrates the people in your life, making the whole system a complete reflection of your world. It's meant to scale with you.
All right, so let's zoom out. Beyond all the features and the plans, what's the big takeaway here? What is the real value you get when you invest your time into building a second brain like this?
It really boils down to these 4 things. First, you get the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can capture every single thought. Second, you get this amazing ability to connect those thoughts and finally see the bigger picture you were missing. Third, you get the power to turn your thinking directly into action. And finally, and this is the most important one, you're creating an asset, your own knowledge that actually compounds and grows in value over time.
And maybe the best part of all is that getting started is just simple. There's nothing to download, no complicated setup. You don't even need a credit card. You can literally go and start building your second brain right now for free.
So, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Imagine a future where not a single idea, not one connection, not one important task ever slips through the cracks again. What could you create? What kind of problems could you solve? What intelligence could you build?